believes, and I know Tim Walz also believes, that what is happening...
Nah, I don't. I don't think Kamala Harris has done anything to make me believe that. I don't think it's like advisors that are like deluding a 60-year-old woman.
Do you actually want him to be the monarch?
I don't know. He's very eloquent when he speaks.
We need somebody that's going to be dominant to run our country.
I'm tired of all these illegal immigrants taking our jobs.
Election's going fantastic. We're actually up in all 7 swing states.
I believe we're at the early stages of World War III.
What is socialism?
Socialism? It's basically where the rich get richer and the poor get poorer.
You can shake your head. Well, I just don't be having...
Dude, ask a capitalist to define socialism. They always talk about capitalism. That always holds true. Okay? Ask a socialist to tell you what's wrong with capitalism. They will define it to a T. Ask a capitalist what's wrong with socialism, and they'll just keep repeating the problems of capitalism. Like, what a funny thing to say. Oh, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. It's like, okay, do you feel like under this current administration, the rich have gotten richer and the poor have gotten poorer? And then they'll say, yeah. And then you go, do you think it's because we're doing socialism? And they'll say, yeah, this is what I mean. You are not living in reality. Like, what the f do you mean?
Because I've been campaigning all day, dude.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not going to keep going back and forth.
Fair enough.
But, like, you are being a little silly.
This is a biggie, guys. U.S. president.
They think this admin is socialist because they're incredibly dumb. Brother, they think Jeff Bezos is socialist. Remember Candace Owens? A lot of people now think she's like brilliant because she is anti-Israel for the wrong reasons. Okay? Like Candace Owens was always anti-Semitic, but now she also happens to be anti-Israel. But a lot of people forget that she's also dumb as fuck. Okay? Like actually dumb as bricks. Like she used to say Jeff Bezos is socialist. She said it, I think, to what's his face? To Mr. Ape Man himself, Joe Rogan. Jeff Bezos is socialist, dude. What do you do with that?
Presidential election 2024. Now, I'm traveling all over the US, but we're starting here in Madison, the capital of Wisconsin. This state could decide it. This has been a swing state. It goes Republican or Democrat, but very small margins. Both candidates are throwing absolutely everything at it. Now, we're going to go to a Trump rally. I'm excited and slightly scared, not going to lie. But we're going to talk to people to get a real flavour of what this state is, what matters in this election, and that means people's wages, their conditions, and issues like Israel's onslaught against the people of Gaza. So much to talk about. I'm excited. We're going to talk to people in Wisconsin. John Nichols, preeminent progressive journalist. What an honour. Co-wrote a book with Bernie Sanders.
Truth.
Where the hell are we now?
Where the hell we are.
It's beautiful.
Yes, we are in a very beautiful place. This is the state capital of Wisconsin, the ultimate battleground state, the most closely contested state in the U.S., usually.
It's got 10 electoral votes.
10 electoral votes, and of the last 6 presidential elections, this state, which turns out about 3 million people for an election, or to vote in an election, of the last 6, 4 have been decided by under 25,000 votes.
Whoa.
So this is the place where, you know, it literally comes down to, is there a small town someplace, you know, that we should go to? And the candidates actually go. It's different than every place else. It's a state that has its own character in an awfully lot of ways. The thing about Wisconsin is it is a state that until about 125 years ago was, you know, just pillaged by corporate capital, the bankers, everybody, the railroads, and to a greater extent than any other American state, with possible exception of North Dakota, it revolted. You know, and in 1900 they elected a guy named Robert M. La Follette as governor, and he said, "I'm going to break the machine." And what that meant was, I'm going to break the corporations. They're not going to tell us what to do anymore. And he created a movement here, a progressive populist movement that was for economic and social and racial justice before other places and before other people, that was anti-war, including anti-World War I, that was conservationist and environmentalist long before. This was the left. And La Follette ran for president in 1924, didn't win, but basically...
Come on, we're standing next to him.
Yeah, it's him. We're introducing him to you. Yeah.
We're just talking about him.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was going to introduce you to him at some point.
Basic social etiquette. So this is a special birthday party for a local progressive Democratic politician, Francesca Hong. I'm going to be interested because these are all progressives. Are they going to be that happy about the choice ahead of them? Because a lot of progressives are disillusioned at the moment.
Being a state representative in the state of Wisconsin is absurd, but absolutely gratifying.
Tell me why it's absurd.
Because we have had a gerrymandered state where Republicans in power have essentially tried to strip the rights and erode democracies across our state for the last 13 to 14 years. And since COVID, we've had a resurgence of folks who have been organizing, even actually well before COVID, but folks who have been organizing to try to defeat these Republicans and the rising fascism in our state, win back fair maps, and try to get a redistrict so we can have a legislature that's actually representative of the people.
And this is what they're doing all over the country, isn't it? The Republicans are stitching up the electoral boundaries.
Correct, because they want to maintain power, and then they want to make sure that they are complacent and never actually have to answer to the needs of the communities they're supposedly supposed to represent. Voting for Harris is one step. It's going to be one tool in a broader progressive movement to make sure that we don't have to choose between the lesser of two evils anymore.
Because it does sound to a lot of people like lesser two evils. It sounds like, you know.
Well, it is. I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat that, but the fight against fascism is to love, care, and organize with your community, which is what's happening right now.
And a lot of people look at Kamala Harris's position on Gaza and they think it's the same policy. Throw weapons at Israel and occasionally do sad face about all the Palestinians being slaughtered by American weapons. I mean, what would you say?
Democrats make a lot of mistakes.
It's not a mistake.
Democrats have unforced errors, and Democrats will try to undermine one.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a mistake. It's deliberate. It's by design. I think the actual counter to this is both parties are pro permanently. There's nothing you can do in terms of voting to change that behavior. It's not like an unforced error. I think it's crazy to say that, especially when Joe Biden has said time and time again that he is pro side. Like, he just straight up is like, I'm a Zionist through and through. She's a DSA member. She knows better than this. Yeah,
on another, but they like side.
That's not.
She has. Oh, no. I'm not saying that. I'm saying their stance is absolutely wrong right now. They should come out stronger. They have to. If Kamala Harris had come out staunchly opposed to genocide and saying, after I win, my transition team is going to work to end the genocide and put ahead an arms embargo and make sure that we hold Netanyahu accountable. Those are things that she could have said on the campaign trail, and she chose not to, and I think we would have seen much different margins right now. However...
But she doesn't do that because she doesn't believe that, does she? I mean, AIPAC, the main pro-Israel lobby, she's been associated with them. She's doing that out of conviction, surely. She basically supports what Israel's doing there.
You and I both know that there are a lot of advisors and people who are telling her what to do, and I think she believes, and I know Tim Walz also believes, that what is happening...
Nah, I don't. I don't think Kamala Harris has done anything to make me believe that. I don't think it's like advisors that are like deluding a 60-year-old woman. Nah, I don't agree. I think that people want to vote for Kamala Harris against Donald Trump. And I think this is their way of like trying to reason with it. It's fine. It's just not correct. Like, her advisors are also pro-Israel. As a matter of fact, there's probably some anti-Israel advisors as well. But I think that she is full tilt. Lyric say he would vote for Iraq over Trump. Yeah, a lot of people have that opinion. Austin is another person that has that opinion. And I think that like, I can't speak for Lyric, but for Austin, like, it's not even just Trump. Like, no matter who the Republican is, I'm pretty sure that Austin would probably vote for a ham sandwich over whoever the Republican is. You know what I mean? He's like a loyal partisan.
The in Gaza is completely unacceptable and must be stopped, and that we must preserve Palestinian life. We must value Palestinian life, and we have to work towards coexistence and peace and liberation, as well as self-determination for Palestinians.
I mean, realistically, that's not going to happen under Kamala Harris. I mean, the problem is, I suppose, a lot of people think the Democrats' position is arm Israel, but just look a bit sad about it occasionally. But the net consequences.
I would rather hold a Kamala Harris administration accountable. I would rather work to get her unseated. I would rather work to have a president that is going to value Palestinian life. I'm not going to have an opportunity to even do that with a Trump. I'm not going to be able to fight a Trump administration.
What's the evidence that she values Palestinian life?
We can get her there. We can't get
her there. And also, she's made no assurances that we can get her there. And also, the Democrats themselves are also actively doing the anti-speech restrictions themselves.
Get her and hold her accountable there. I saw the last I checked, 750,000 uncommitted voters move.
Yeah, I mean, much like Austin, I would also never vote for a Republican either. For the record, I will never vote for a Republican. My opinion on voting for a Democrat will shift depending on how close they are to a Republican.
Officials to seriously recognize that democracy is still alive and well in our state when we can have movements like Uncommitted bring together over 750,000 voters. In Wisconsin, we had rural voters, urban voters, suburban voters all vote uninstructed. Almost 50,000 voters voted uninstructed. Biden won by 20,000.
But she's not listening to that.
Once she's in office, it will be easier to take down a Kamala Harris administration than a Trump administration when it comes to holding them accountable for war crimes.
But the mechanism of after people have voted, because this is the moment when people have leverage. So why, after she's been safely voted into the White House, would she go, now I'll listen to you? Why would she do that?
She has to get reelected herself.
Well, she's not bothering.
No one's out here going for, I'm going to be the one-term president. Biden didn't even want that.
Why would she bother in the next election if she's not bothering in this one?
She knows she's losing voters. She knows it's close because of this, so that she doesn't. She's not going to want a bloodbath every single year when it comes to her own people trying to vote for her. Ultimately, at the core, as an elected official, the core of our responsibility is to lessen suffering. I truly do believe that Kamala Harris knows that her responsibility as President of the United States will be to lessen suffering. The way that she will do that will be up to how much she listens to her voters, and she will have to earn our votes, and she is working to do that right now.
But you're admitting that she's not earning your vote on that issue, at least. This is why I'm saying, like, I think this argument is just not correct. Like, I think you're saying this stuff because you want to feel better about your decision, and that's fine. I understand that. But I think that there is no assurances that she will be moved on this issue.
Enough? Absolutely not. Would I rather be fighting her for Palestinian liberation, which means liberation for all of us, than Trump? Absolutely.
Some would say the Democratic campaign is a bit about fear.
I love this. National Association for Gun Rights Political Action Committee, James Woods. Vote for Lily Tang Williams. She has lived under communism and she understands what it does to nations it worms its way into. Dude, these people are so fucking insane. Oh my God. Oh, what is happening in this country, dude? It's a fucking clown show. It's a fucking clown show, dude. This is like a bit that like a British comedy would have about America. Okay? They'd be like, I'm the gun candidate. I'm going to have a gun in every single campaign ad. I love guns. I sometimes fuck them. And it's like, nope, it's real life, dude. It's fucking real life. She's listed on victims of communism. Lily Tang Williams is a survivor of Mao's communist regime in China. Her parents were from an illiterate working class family from China's western Sichuan province. Damn, why are you owning your parents? Also, wait, what do you mean? They were illiterate and they were like, we refuse to learn how to read and write? Like, what do you mean? Lily grew up during Mao's 10-year cultural revolution as a child, experiencing extremely poor living conditions, food rationing, and social chaos, and oppressive communist restrictions and indoctrination. A few years later, while studying in university, she received a copy of the U.S. Constitution and Declaration of Independence from an American student. From these two documents, she first learned about the individual rights and liberty as opposed to collective rights. After Lily became an assistant law professor at Fudan University in Shanghai, she, in good conscience, could no longer support the Chinese Communist Party, CCP. In 1988, she managed to leave the oppressive regime by seeking, without her university's support, graduate study in the U.S. Bro's gonna get clipped so hard right now. What do you mean? Like, come on. Dude, my haters that like are also anti-China cannot be so fucking psychopathic that they are defending this person's like psychopathic notions. Soon after arriving in America, Lily met her future husband. They have been happily married for 33 years and have 3 adult children. While raising her family, Lily became an entrepreneur and began her journey of discovery of democracy and liberty. They're also talking, it's so funny because like this is so obviously right-wing. Like Victims of Communism is of course incredibly right-wing. They straight up feature Nazis as victims of communism, but like which they were technically, but you know, I don't know if that is I don't know if that's something you want to point to as like, you know, poor Nazis is not exactly a position that you want to have. But like overall, oh, she manages rental properties with her husband while also works as a part-time as an expert witness on China-related cases, traveling the country as a professional speaker, sharing her story about the horrors of socialism. Yeah, the funniest part about this is, so whenever these like right-wing groups write about someone who's not white, they write about her like she is an animal. You know what I mean? Like they write about non-white people as though they are like primitive cultures. You know what I mean? And what I mean by this is this, okay? She discovered democracy and liberty. Like she's a savage who discovered fire. You know what I mean? Like, what are you, like, why do you let anybody talk about you like this? Like, do you have no fucking decency, no self-respect? Like, this is supposed to be pro you. And they're talking about you like you're a fucking wounded animal, dude. Her passionate presentations and interviews have been featured on Fox News, Tucker Carlson Tonight, Fox Business, Newsmax, Timcast, Huckabee TV. Okay, I'm done. What the fuck? Watch her campaign. I arrived in Austin.
Live in a free country, born as Americans, and do not recognize their privileges. You are born American, a free country. You never suffered a starvation. And you need to go to other countries to find out why all the immigrants, millions of them, want to come here. America is last stand on earth for freedom. If we lose this country, the world will be a very dark place.
Yeah, don't know how many kids of illiterate parents who became law professors in the United States. Yeah, that was funny. They were like born to illiterate parents who were peasants who fucking suck. She went to law school in China. They oppressed her into going to law school in China.
I have 3 children in this country. I want to protect their American dream. So here I am, you know.
Every time you speak about America, your eyes fill with tears.
Glaze. Oh, Jesus Christ. God, I love America so much. For many liberals as well, by the way, this doesn't track as like insane propaganda because they also are loaded, filled to the fucking brim, overflowing with American exceptionalist sentiment and that all of our enemies are barbaric, bloodthirsty monsters type shit. So they don't look at this and go, this is cultish, man. What the fuck are we watching? Every time I see someone like this, I'm happy they went to the US instead of staying in China. Yeah, America's brain drain aside, America's hog drain might be making other countries better. Like, I think we're such a vector for the most conspiracy brain dipshits, the most insane fascists, that like, it just kind of takes care of itself, the problem in all these other countries. Like, look at Canada. I'm not even joking. I think half the reason why Canada still has like some semblance of social safety nets is because all the dumbest fucking hogs come here and LARP as Americans. Like Tom McDonald, okay? Tom McDonald is Canadian. He could have stayed in Canada, but no, he had to come here and fucking talk about how he loves wearing, I don't know, American flag gear all the time. It's fucked up. Steven Crowder. Again, Canadian. Elon Musk could have stayed in fucking South Africa, but no, had to come here and be a dingus out here. Ted Cruz, another fucking Canadian. Jordan Peterson. Oh. We just like, we import a metric ton of fucking hogs from every other country that just have the word. Like the guy who lost his doctor, like his medical license. What was his name? Paul something? Like the OG vaccines cause autism guy from England. Andrew Wakefield, not Paul. Sorry. Former Dr. Andrew Wakefield. He gets fucking humiliated in England. And then we're like, come to us, please. You can live in a fucking multi-million-dollar mansion and like have sex with your model wife and just do conferences on how vaccines do indeed cause autism, even though your data on that was so bad that you know, were disdoctored. They took away your medical license. Ugh.
I do love this country. No place to go. And I just hope people can hear my stories. For past 5 years, I've been telling the same thing. I have no political agenda here.
No, none whatsoever. I have no political agenda. Oh God. One day I'm gonna escape to China and do this exact same grift, but in China, and be like, we did not have. I'll do a thick American accent, you know what I mean? I'll be like, we did not have high-speed rail. I wanted high-speed rail and they wouldn't give it to me. I wanted even urbanization. I looked at the rural farmlands of what it once was, a beacon of American prosperity, and all I saw was ghost cities. I yearned for freedom, and China offered it to me.
Just want to live American dream and my children live. Sorry about that. It's time to ask questions. It's time to wake up.
We've been brought together in this moment to face the urgent choice between dehumanization and rehumanization.
What? I can't get over this fucking ad. He said, I have no political motive. Also, I'm running at New Hampshire, U.S. House District 2.
It's about, this guy sucks, he's dangerous, we need to stop him. So that's quite a negative rather than a positive kind of vision for the country. What do you think about that? It's more like lesser evil.
There's this new energy.
Rehumanization, yeah, they're gonna make Chinese human again. Like that's what they're saying. Because communism has made them less than human. It's cool. It's a cool thing to say.
Within the party, that it's not just fear motivated. People are excited. I mean, I'm super excited.
Really?
The fact that we are gonna elect the first woman president, like that means a lot to me as a woman in the U.S. Like, I was absolutely devastated when Hillary Clinton lost. You know, it was I was still in high school, and I remember thinking, like, you know, as a young woman, like there was no longer a limit on leadership for women, even though this is, you know, viewed as kind of good versus evil, democracy versus fascism. Like, there's also, we're gonna have a historic election if Kamala Harris wins. And I think,
yeah, final question, I suppose, is on that. A lot of people go, she'll be the first woman president, but if I'm going to talk about disillusionment in the country, people say she's going to be the first woman president to keep arming a genocide in.
Yeah, also, this is the glass cliff shit, dude. Like, it makes sense. America, if you look at it as a company, is at the verge of insolvency. So we're like, let's hire a woman and then be like, see, shouldn't have done that. She ruined the country. We put a woman CEO. We put a woman CEO in power.
Gaza.
I think the difference between the two sides right now is that if one side is elected, we will not be able to protest the actions that they take in office.
Are you able to protest right now? I mean, she's not protesting in general, but like, come on. This stuff is, on the Gaza front, this stuff is stupid, okay? You can say that about other shit maybe, but, you know, on the issue of like protesting for Palestinian emancipation, it's not like sorry, Democrats don't have a great track record there, you know?
But the other side will be upholding democracy, and, you know, people who are very upset about the events happening in the Middle East right now and about the genocide that's occurring, they will be able to protest Kamala Harris's decisions regarding that.
But a lot of people think you'll be able to protest and she'll ignore it. I mean, it'll be like,
I don't think she won't ignore it. They won't.
But he has. Because what he does is he arms it and then does, he goes, it's very sad. And won't she just carry that on? She'll arm it and go, very sad about all those dead people, killed people, murdered people.
I guess I don't know what Kamala Harris will do, but I just know that, on November 6th, if she is elected president, we will be able to protest. People will be, but if Donald Trump's president, it doesn't even matter. If we're able to close the book on Trump, it will usher in a whole new generation of leadership.
The soul of the Democrats then is won by people like people in this room.
I think so.
Amazing. I felt hopeful at the end. Was that hope?
It feels good to be on a bar again. Yeah! Thank you all for coming out for Fran today. I just got back from doing doors in Baraboo with Karen DeSanto, one of the pickup seats that we need to get the majority. And I can tell you there's a good feel that's out there. Joe Biden has been stuck in kind of a 4 or 5 decade old view of what Israel was with very different leaders. And that's where he, I think, took most of the positions that were happening. Kamala Harris isn't from that same era. She's from the era I'm from and other people. And I think
with AIPAC. She was there.
She's literally 60 years old. Yes, she reads as much younger. Yes, her brain is not doo-doo in the way that Biden's is, but she definitely is from that era. Okay? That's kind of wild. I don't get that either.
Our guest in 2017.
But then you'd have to say 85% of Congress, gets money probably from AIPAC, right?
Yeah. I think you can say that. And I think that definitely does play a role in our calculations.
So
she just said she's going to arm them no matter what.
No, I think you're incorrect. I think what is correct is she's from a different era, and she has said things that Joe Biden certainly didn't say, and she has called for, making sure that there is the ability to have an independent state for Palestinians.
He said that.
Yes, she has.
No,
she said.
I said Biden said that too.
No, he did not in the same way. No.
Yes, he did. He did. I think the difference is that he just believed. What? Rudy Giuliani exploring run for New York City mayor, sources say. That's amazing.
I mean, I hear him probably a little more than you do, and he has not said that in a significant way. In fact, the biggest...
I read all his statements.
He's probably said the two-state solution sort of stuff, but he hasn't gone... She's gone farther in the words. I can tell you this as someone who's one of the most active people...
I can tell you she's gone farther in the words.
In Congress who cares about this issue.
No, it's just
she has said things that go significantly farther than where he's at. Is anyone where I
no, she hasn't.
No, but
I don't know tangibly. She'll keep selling arms. She'll just do the same thing.
No, you have no proof of that. She said nothing like that whatsoever.
Yes, she has.
No, she hasn't.
Yes, she has. What is happening here? What is this conversation? Yes, she has. Why are you just denying reality? Just say that this is an unchangeable position that is uniparty. And fucking move on. I don't get why. See, liberals cope with reason. Republicans deny reality. She has said it. Okay, she has said it. Oh, well, everyone's AIPAC. It's true. I mean, he is denying reality too. Actually, he's like hog levels.
She said,
"No, she hasn't. No, that's a statement out of ignorance. That's not a statement
of ignorance." She said,
"No, it is. It is."
What statement has she said? Which suggests she'll stop
she hasn't even
arms?
talked about that almost at all.
Yes, she has. She said, "I will."
Okay, well, I think you're
arm
wrong.
Israel no matter what. Well, that's what she said.
You're wrong. No, I'm telling you, you're wrong.
Well, but give me a statement. Give me a statement. What has she said?
She hasn't said much on it, period, because she's been running for a short amount of time. But you've decided what she said. That's not correct.
She's running for president. She's under scrutiny.
So here's the answer. You're going to keep talking. I'll give you one last answer, and then we're done.
Okay.
All right. I think the promising part is that she is not from where Joe Biden is on this issue, and we have the ability to have her look at this, and I think she can see that Netanyahu is not operating in anyone's best interest.
Okay.
And I would argue selling any more offensive weapons is a bad idea, and I think that's the argument many of us are going to try to make should she win.
Okay.
But to put words in her mouth that she did not say, that you're only assuming are going to be her...
He's not doing that. You're wrong. He's right. You're wrong. You are delusional. It's crazy. It's interesting that he's delusional in the same vein as like Trump supporters when they are deluded into thinking that like there is a different position here actually secretly. I think that comes from a place of I think that that certainly comes from a place of being like, I know that this shit sucks, so I'm just going to cope with it. I'm going to cope with it and assume that she means something different. This sucks because Mark Buchanan is like top 10 Congress people to oppose Israel. He's legitimately one of the better progressives. Yeah. He knows deep down inside that the American Democratic Party's position on Israel is completely unaligned with like they're both the interests of American foreign policy, but also unaligned with like their worldview. That's it. It is completely unaligned with his worldview, with his own personal individual worldview. So he has to just like delude himself into thinking like, no, you don't get it. Like it's going to be better. If it was, if that was even remotely a possibility, then Kamala Harris would have communicated that. Okay. This is hog levels of copium. Straight up. Hog levels of delusion.
Positions. She hasn't
She's
taken.
Never said she'll stop arming
Okay, you're going to talk over me again. That's fine.
No, I'm just.
They did it to you? What is this?
Hey AJ, did you know it was Alaska's from Boy Boy's birthday?
No way! I love Alaska from Boy Boy. He's much better than Hasan. I give him 5 big booms. Boom!
No!
Boom!
No!
Boom!
No!
Boom!
It's like every boom was a shot directly across the... Dude, what?
No way! I love Alaska from Boy Boy. He's much better than Hasan.
No.
I give him 5 big
No,
booms.
don't do it.
Boom! 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 Boom!
Hey AJ, did you know it was Alaska's from Boy Boy's birthday?
No way! I love Alaska from Boy Boy. He's much better than Hasan. I give him 5 big booms. Boom! 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 Boom!
Hey AJ, did you know it was Alaska's from Boy Boy's birthday?
No way! I love Alaska from Boy Boy.
No! I love Alaska's. Stop with the booms. He's already dead. He's already dead. As a Twitch streamer, how tough is it to have friends, Miz, that are surrounded by streamers like Canute who call you an American traitor as of this morning? How do you deal with all that? I don't give a shit. Also, Canute is not even American. I'll do you one better. I'll go and hang out with Canute himself. I don't give a fuck. Oh man, I can't believe it. Another person has called me an un-American terrorist. Oh no, what will I do? Oh well. Yeah, what does this say about Canute that he wants to hang out with a terrorist? Do you feel like he genuinely believes it when he says that? Or do you feel like he's just repeating whatever he fucking saw on subreddits? Much to consider. Why don't you go ask him that? Same principle behind people being like, Hasan is a terrorist, promoting terrorist propaganda, which is why he must be banned from Twitch. It's like, excuse me, if that's a real principle that you hold, you should probably be trying to get me arrested. Okay? Like, what do you mean?
No, it's fine. But what I'm saying is she has not said things around this because I would know. I follow this issue very closely.
So that's my job.
I know. So is my job. You know what? Except I actually get shit done, and you kind of report about what happens. So I'm telling you, I'm a journalism major. I know what you're trying to do, but I do think that you're incorrect.
You ask questions.
But you are incorrect.
No, I think you're
and that she has not said. Yeah. But she has not said what you're saying she said. And I think we have to find out yet where she's going to be exactly on some of this. But
she's not said
she
anything
comes from a different area. Well, she has totally. Okay, well, yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Right. I'm sorry you're upset about
that. No, you're wrong. And as a journalism major, I'm offended that you are.
Yeah, Mark Buchanan has been decent on military weapons. Progressive Dems between a rock and a hard place. Mark Buchanan balances opposition to the war and support for Biden. Like, it's just interesting because, like, he is better than the majority of Congress on this issue. But of course, he's just like, he's doing this shit, you know? This is also part of the reason why people just can't stand politicians, myself included, really. It's just like, it's obvious. Even you don't believe what you're saying, dog. You just don't. You have your own personal, and then you have the opinion that you must abide by within the party. Like, that's it. And it's weird that you're, you know, having this cognitive dissonance in display. It's the same thing with Bernie. No, I don't even think so. I think Bernie is like more honest about this shit. Bernie, I think, personally has a difference in opinion to someone like myself on the issue of Israel. But having said that, Bernie is like openly like, yeah, no. Bernie's like, yeah, they're doing genocide. Well, he won't say genocide, but they'll be like, they're in the tank for Netanyahu, Bibi Netanyahu, but there's a bunch of other stuff that Trump will be worse on.
not listening to someone who could tell you other things. You instead have
Journalism
decided
yeah.
what your story is going to be about,
No, I haven't.
but it's not correct.
Journalism is not about deferring to politicians and what they say, with all due respect.
But with all due respect, said at the DNC speech alone is more than Joe Biden has said ever about.
Did you see a shift in the strategy? Kamala mentions Gaza without a protester yelling about it. It took Trump going to Dearborn for her to start off her Michigan rally with Gaza. I'm literally going to suck down a fucking Glock. Oh my God, dude. I'm Brian Kill Me. Holy fuck. I don't want to. Oh my God, this shit is so fucking annoying. Oh my God. I'm Brian Kill Me. 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 I'm Peter Douchey. I'm Peter Douchey. I'm Brian Kill Me. They can't be for real. They can't be for real on this. They can't. They can't be this fucking bad. Suck cocks, not Glocks. Oh my God. I jokingly said that the fucking pro-Palestinian demonstrators should say that they're voting for Trump and that they're Trump supporters in an effort to get the fucking Democrats to respond. A couple weeks ago, as a joke, I said, lol, wouldn't it be funny if the Democrats responded to the pro-Palestinian demonstrators that say that they're going to vote for Donald Trump? Because the only person that they ever care about is a Trump supporter, and they just only have one position, and that is how do we court Trump supporters? And it turns out that is the case. It turns out that is the case. I was just jokingly saying that, and it turns out the Democrats were like, oh my God, they're pro-Trump. What the fuck? We love them now. If they had done this like, I don't know, 6 months ago, Kamala Harris probably be talking about dismantling the Zionist entity by now. Fucking 2 days out from an election. This to me shows that they are that stupid. I thought that there was like a deliberate reason. Remember when you said, how can you go to Michigan and not talk about Gaza when we first started campaigning? 2 days before the election, they noticed. Yeah, only after Trump went to Dearborn.
Just tell me,
look at what
that's more than Biden.
I'm not. That's been a few months ago, and I've been campaigning all day. You can actually look it up. It's pretty simple.
You said
look at what she said. I just told you. Look at what she said at the DNC convention. It goes farther than what Joe Biden said any other time.
I don't think that's true. With all due respect, I don't want to upset you anymore, but I don't think anything.
I can tell you, for those of us who care about this issue in Congress, we have watched the language be different, and
I feel like this would have been better if they started doing this earlier. Like, I'm literally seeing the method a little bit, because like Democrats love Republicans, dude. They love Republicans. Bro, maybe if someone was like, oh, I'm a registered Republican, I love Republican Party. Like, maybe the Democrats would be like, oh my God, we have to win these Republicans over. Are you planning to vote for Kamala? Suck my fucking dick, dog. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, bud. You should start jokingly saying more shit. I'm not kidding. I wonder if like, this would have been better if they started. I should. I don't get why you're arguing with this. We watched her leave space. You are right that she has not indicated she will be better, but also she's avoided indicating either way as much as possible. What? No. She has directly, dude, she went above and beyond in comparison to Biden when it comes to like vaguely talking about her position on America's allegiances and defense. I can't recall a time when Biden said we are going to have the most lethal military. On Gaza, she just straight up carbon copies Biden's position. That's it. Yeah, also, Mark Pecan is wrong. I need to hear this. This is going to hurt my fucking soul, but I need to do it.
And we are joined today by leaders of the Arab American community, which has deep and proud roots here in Michigan. And I want to say, this year has been difficult, given the scale of death and destruction in Gaza, and given the civilian casualties and displacement in Lebanon. It is devastating. And as president, I will do everything in my power to end the war in Gaza, to bring home the hostages, the suffering.
By the way, that crowd reaction is organic. It's real. That's what's really frustrating about this, is that like this is what she should have been saying since the moment that she became the candidate. Like, literally, this is what she should have said at the DNC. This is what she should have said the moment she became candidate, and maybe even gone further than this. No, like, I'm speaking now. No fucking, no, this is different than everything else that she said thus far. You are wrong. The reason why this message is so much better than every other time she's talked about it is because she's not contextualizing the death and destruction by saying Israel has a right to defend itself. Of course it's different. No, it's objectively different. She's not saying Israel has a right to defend itself. She's not saying that, like, she's not saying October 7 was the singular worst tragedy of all time and what came after it is, it's kind of bad too. She did not open with Hamas, October 7. Mass rapes occurred on October 7 directed by Hamas. Babies were burned alive or any of that other shit.
In Gaza, ensure Israel is secure, and ensure the Palestinian people can realize their right to dignity, freedom, security, and self-determination.
I perceive focusing on Israel's defense as a way to foreshadow distinction between defense and offense and using that as a red line. You are right. The line about tragedy was fucking abysmal. She still said ensure Israel's defense, but I mean, that's fine. That's nowhere near as bad as fucking framing the conversation about October 7 being the pivotal moment, which then justifies at least some of the atrocities that Israel has committed. But again, 2 days away, too little, too late. Or this is not me saying we can push her left, by the way. Make no mistake. This is me getting even more mad because now I am of the belief, because now I am genuinely of the mindset that these guys are just actually fucking stupid. There was a moment where I was like, they're laying it on so thick with like Richie Torres being deployed to Michigan, and then fucking Bill Clinton being deployed to Michigan to be like, the Arabs are barbaric and they deserve to be killed and slaughtered, and Judea and Samaria belong to Israel. Am Israel ha, like all that shit. Like I was like, oh, they're just like actually fucking cutting. They're reframing this issue as like sectarian conflict. The classic like canard. Oh, this is 1,000-year war. We can't deal with it. It's just Jews versus Muslims. Like it's all fucking bullshit, right? Like the way that they communicated this for so long made me feel like I don't even think that they're stupid. I think that they're like cynically and deliberately trying to give people the permission to say, fuck the Muslims. This is just a Muslim issue. Fuck them. Cut them out of the coalition. The fact that she is now communicating this position 2 days out from the election, after Donald Trump went and did that shameless fucking pandering bullshit in Dearborn, makes me feel like, no, they are that stupid. That they straightforwardly and legitimately thought, like, nobody gives a fuck about Gaza. Come on, these guys are just Muslims. No one cares. They're not human. That is insane.
And we continue to work on a diplomatic resolution across the Israel-Lebanon border to protect civilians and provide lasting stability.
I mean, this stuff is all bullshit too. Like, come on. No, you don't. You're not doing that. Like, it's still empty words, and it's like a marginal change in the appropriate direction, and it's like too little too late. It came 2 days before. I make no mistake. I need you to understand something here. The fact that she could dignify voters with a lie that isn't even like framed well enough, but the mere fact, the actual fact that they were to even dignify the Michigan population with a fucking lie 2 days prior, only after Donald Trump was like, I love the Palestinians, like I'm eating Palestinian kebab. That blows my mind, dude. That means that they were actually stupid. That means that they literally did not think that this was a problem at all. Like, they didn't perceive this as a problem at all. Oh my God. This is insane. It's Palestinian, Lebanese. This is unimaginable. She could promise an arms embargo and most pro-Palestinian voters would be switched off to it and rightly not believe her because of what she said for the past 6 months. Yeah, she saw the fucking slammed 49-49 split and then saw Donald Trump visiting Dearborn and being like, I love my Arabs and Muslims, and was like, actually, fuck. Now that they're actually Republican voters, we can court them. Why is Sarah speaking like this? Jeet here says, the New York Times reports the Trump campaign's research found that up for grabs voters were about 6 times as likely as other battleground state voters to be motivated by their views on Israel's war in Gaza. The worry is Harris started too late. Who could have foreseen this? Who could have told you this? Who has been telling you this? Morally correct. This unbelievable. This Palestinian Lebanese victim-centered rhetoric only came after Trump courted air voters in Dearborn. For months, we've been screaming about a change in Israel policy / rhetoric. For months, we have been screaming about a change in Israel policy and rhetoric being The morally correct and politically sound decision. Now it's likely too late. Oh my God. I'm screaming that a change in Israel is the morally correct and politically sound decision. Now it's likely too late.
As president, I will work tirelessly toward a future with security and
God damn it, dude. How is what she said different than what she's been saying all along? The last sentence I heard her say bar from bar before. Guys, optics matter in every single word, and every single word is weighted differently. What word she uses before the other matters in this situation. Okay, this isn't fucking Donald Trump. Democrats are very careful with the language that they use. Centering, I'm pointing to it right here. This language is centering the victims of Israel's genocidal campaign. Okay? As opposed to centering Israel as a victim of Hamas, which is what she has done over and over again. She didn't start out with October 7. She didn't start out with like Israel has a right to defend itself. Like all this stuff is very important. The problem is this is too little too late. And she didn't fucking say, she didn't say this as a response to a protest. She came out of the gates swinging with it. Millions of people have voted already. You want her to come out and say Israel's an evil genocidal nation, we will never support them again? You're so fucking stupid. Yeah, that would be a really good argument if that's the one I made, except I've never made that argument. Okay? Like, yeah, that would be the correct position, that Israel is doing genocide. It is objectively the correct thing. And that is how I foresee future history books writing the matter. And that is how I foresee you lying to your fucking children, if you ever have children in the future, being like, oh yeah, I was always against that shit. Okay? Having said that, for the time being, I understand that it's not something that she can say as an American president. That's not what I'm expecting of her. There are a million different ways in which she could massage an appropriate position that is not only morally correct, but also politically sound. But the goddamn Democrats never respond to anything until Republicans do something, because they are also reactionary. She doesn't even need to say anything. She needs to say America is a nation of laws. One of those laws is that we cannot give weapons, and working towards a ceasefire is the correct position. Working towards a ceasefire is the correct position. The problem is America has a lot more fucking tools in the tool belt to push Israel into a ceasefire. America has made Israel do things that Israeli officials don't want to do time and time again historically. The difference in this circumstance is no one is even communicating that deliberately because they're scared shitless of coming across as hardliners on Israel's actions. There is no real work required in this process. All it is a phone call. The Biden admin was proposing to send only defensive weapons and proposing. Yeah. Dog, the Biden admin doesn't need to do any of that. They need to have a phone call that's private with Benjamin Netanyahu where Biden says, no more weapons if you keep this shit up. It's over. As a matter of fact, they did just that in 2021. Biden called Benjamin Netanyahu and said, it's done. It's over. And it was the next day. It's that simple. Israel doesn't get to do anything without our go-ahead. Okay, so shut the fuck up about this. Oh, the Biden administration is working tirelessly around the clock for a ceasefire or proposing to send only defensive weapons and non-offensive weapons. Like, who are you fucking fooling? What are you talking about? The dumbest fucking American, okay, who is illiterate still understands that what Biden is saying and what Biden is doing is at odds. Okay? MAGA of the left, Lamau. This is fucking dumber than that. Reagan did that. Biden himself did that. Also, not only did Biden himself do that, he literally did that this time around. Why the fuck did Israel not light up Iranian oil refineries? Why the fuck did Israel not light up Iranian nuclear facilities? Hello? How did that happen? You think Israel didn't want to do that after Iran straight up penetrated its anti-defense systems, Israel's anti-defense systems, and actually struck multiple fucking targets, 2 air bases, and the fucking Mossad headquarters? They were able to hit inside of Tel Aviv. What are you talking about? You think Israel did not want to fucking fight back against that and greatly escalate? Well, That's exactly what they did say. But I know they aren't going to do that in an election year. They need to get elected and then pressure Netanyahu because Trump will be so much worse. Man, shut the fuck up. Wake up. Wake up. You're fucking delusional. No, they're doing it because they want it, okay? They're doing it because they like it. They're doing it because they agree with it. Oh, they can't do that because it's an election year. What are you talking about? There is only electoral consequences in the positive direction if they were to fucking stop this shit. You have looked at 0 fucking polls on the matter. You are delusional. You do not know what the fuck you're talking about. And you are now directly at odds with the way that Kamala Harris is even communicating on this matter. For months and months, I have shown you polls over and over again showcasing that people would be significantly more enthusiastic if the Biden camp or Kamala Harris after the swap out happened were to restrain Israel. And the only way to restrain Israel is through denying weapons transfers. You're wrong. You're just objectively wrong. There is no data point to prove that you are right. You are no different in that regard from a MAGA Trump supporter. Okay? You know how Trump supporters will turn around and fucking act like, oh man, well, you don't understand, like, the elections are stolen. And it's like, well, where's the evidence for that? You know? And then they're like, oh, I don't know. They just are. You know, illegals are doing that. You're behaving like that. You're straight up behaving like that. Blue MAGA ass motherfucker in here. Jesus Christ. Kamala Harris also demonstrated that she has the capacity to separate herself from Biden's rhetoric. The problem is the only time she did that was when Biden called Trump supporters garbage. Too late as far as mattering to Gaza-centered voters. That's what I'm saying, yes. Or too late to see like a noticeable bump. Too late to see a noticeable bump in terms of her election day voters. I'm not MAGA. I'm a realist. It's a complex issue. They need the right voters in the right states to win. I know it sucks, but nobody likes to see how the sausage is made. No, dude, this is copium, okay? The I'm a realist position is copium. Do you understand? You're just coping. Because if you were a realist, you would have looked at a single fucking poll. There is not one poll that says you are right. Every single poll conducted on this matter says I am right. Every single one. And you can even arrive at this conclusion by just looking at the reality on the ground, okay? There are 0 Democratic Party voters or likely Democratic Party voters or independents or undecideds that are going, I want more dead children in Gaza. I want more dead children in Lebanon with my tax dollars. There are, however, plenty of people who go, I don't like that. I would be significantly more enthusiastic to vote for any administration that puts an end to this. That's part of the reason why a lot of people even fantasize and hallucinate that Trump would be better on Gaza. And that's why Trump is defeating Kamala Harris by like 30 fucking points on this issue. Because everyone correctly understands that the responsible party in the genocide that is occurring is the Democratic Party. Okay? They are correctly interpreting that the Democrats are responsible for it, but they're incorrectly assuming that Trump will be different. Because the Democrats have not said anything but lies on this issue. Okay? I really, really, really hope you understand that you, like, saying that you are a realist on the matter is actually so removed from reality, specifically because all polling on the matter for months have consistently shown that overwhelming majorities of Americans, both the Democratic Party is like 80%. 80% of Democrats want a ceasefire and weapons transfers to halt to Israel. Okay? Like 70 or 60% of independents want it, and even 54% of Republicans want this to happen. Okay? To play devil's advocate, Palestine is a colonizer state as well as Israel. Wait, what? What are you? Okay, sure. To play devil's advocate, Palestine is also doing a genocide in Israel. Okay, cool, man. You can't play devil's advocate, but just like making some shit up. You are 100% right. If she wanted the major media networks to cover this, she's way too late. No major network is going to use their evening news, morning news about this item. The news is now locked in as election day is here. That's the only story. But for people who really care about this as a single issue and vote on E-Day, it could move some people, so I'll take any bit I can from her on this. I think it's so dumb to do it now. She should have done this months ago and then moved and expanded beyond it, because the media coverage, the contentious media coverage that she would have gotten from this would have been genuinely positive in the way that people view her. The media would be like, whoa, this is a change of pace. Ooh, drama. Because they are bloodthirsty vultures themselves. So they would have been like, drama, palace intrigue, drama between, a vice president and a president. But who's more favorably viewed by the media, Kamala Harris or Joe Biden? It's Kamala Harris. They would have assumed her side on this. They would have taken her side on this. It would have highlighted her position difference. It would have allowed her to sever ties with Joe Biden, who is objectively unpopular. So unpopular that he had to drop out. Remember that. CNN is covering it only with an update. Harris kicks off final Michigan rally with pledge to do everything in my power to end the war in Gaza. That's a position that, by the way, Donald Trump has falsely adopted for the longest fucking time. He's like, I'm going to end the war. I'm going to end the war. I'm going to end the war. I'm going to finish the job. I'm going to finish the job. I'm going to let Israel finish the job. I'm going to end the war. Some guy just said hindsight is 2020. Like, you haven't been saying this for months. Yes, there are probably 100 different instances where I have screamed about this issue over and over and over again. I've debated people on this issue. I've screamed about this issue for months. It's not fucking hindsight, dude. When it's very obviously foresight.
You can shake your head.
It's not even foresight. It's just sight. All right, let's get back to Mark Pecan.
But you haven't given it. You said
because I've been campaigning all day, dude.
Okay, fair enough.
Keep going back and forth, but like you are being a little silly.
I'm not being silly. I just asked for evidence.
For someone who cares about this issue,
okay. It's my job to ask questions. I think I was being respectful.
But you have to actually ask correct questions, and you're not actually using the correct things she said. So I don't know what value that adds.
I've asked you to tell me what she said concretely differently.
And I told you I've been for 12 hours doing things today, and I can't tell you the exact words, but I said go. This is real simple, okay? Don't talk over me for 1 second, okay? 1 second. Go to the DNC speech she gave, and look at the remarks she said, and you've never seen Joe Biden say what she said there alone.
This is literally not true. That's crazy. Joe Biden has said we have a firm commitment to a two-state solution over and over again. And then Benjamin Netanyahu, I remember very clearly, the next day would be like, no state, two-state. How about no state, bitch? Literally, every time.
That's just one example I can give you. The exact words, just so you know, I'm not an actor, so I don't remember all the scripts and everything. So, but look at that, and you will see the words that she said.
I did a video about her speech at the Democratic National Congress. I know exactly what she said at the convention, and the words she used were identical to
I would love for you to share with me the parallel language that Joe Biden said to what she said, because it's not true.
So it's not just about language, it's about commitment.
Well,
so she
now it's not language.
Whip out your phone at that point. You just got to whip out your phone. If you don't have it ready to go, just whip it out and be like, here it is.
Oh, that's a convenient.
No, that's not true.
That's a convenient term.
The language she used was the same.
No, it wasn't. Oh, wait, you just said that it's not about language, but now you're saying it's the same.
What matters?
If you had said anything with consistency, I could answer the question better. You're not, though.
What matters at the end of the day isn't just empathizing, it's about commitments. And she hasn't offered any concrete differences in policy.
Well, didn't I just tell you on a lot of policy, we haven't seen a lot of additional statements because the campaign's been truncated. But what she said at the DNC.
There's been months of a campaign.
Yeah, I mean, that's also bullshit. That's also bullshit. Campaign's been truncated. Yeah, she had no space. Every single time she centered Israel around this conversation, it was just because it was a truncated campaign. No, like she had a million different opportunities. The first time she went to Dearborn, for example, would have been a fantastic opportunity. Or the DNC would have been a fantastic opportunity to showcase that there is at least some level of commitment, even if it's a fucking lie that you care about Palestinians and their humanity. Like, even if it's a lie, I can't believe at this point I've moved beyond telling Democrats or criticizing Democrats for lying on the campaign to asking them to fucking lie.
Finish any questions, so the interview's over.
I've asked you the same question.
Okay, it's all right, dude.
All right, okay.
You don't really want to do an interview, that's fine.
I don't agree with that, but that's fine.
Well, I actually really want you to do.
Okay, that's up to you.
I really care about the interview.
A politician in Britain would never do that, but that's fine.
All right, take care.
Okay, hold on now. This is not a defensive. Yes, they would. What the fuck? They'd be even worse. Get out of here. That's crazy. I don't agree with Owen on that one.
I'm not sure about that. Let's do a debrief. Yeah.
Have you talked to a fucking... I know he talks to Labor Party representatives regularly. They do that.
I would say, I think the problem for a lot of people who are obviously very angry about Gaza is basically the position of a lot of people saying, just vote for Kamala Harris is trust me, bro. That's the problem.
I think there's a little bit of that. At this point, I think Harris has said very little about it. You know what I mean? It doesn't come up in her speech. It's not like a central theme of hers as a candidate, which I happen to think is a mistake. And you can disagree and may disagree. Harris's statements have, I think, been appreciably more sympathetic to the cause of the Palestinian people. That does not mean that she has said concrete things that that people should take away as assurances.
What is the basis in actual reality, not hope, that Kamala Harris would be significantly different on this issue?
I think it's, I would tell you that I don't know.
So, I'm in my natural habitat, a Trump rally in Milwaukee. I am losing my Trump rally virginity. I'm a little bit nervous, not going to lie. I want to know what makes people here tick. I want to know, do they buy into the things that Trump's saying, or do they not really take it very seriously? I want to know how diverse they are in terms of the way they think. We're going to learn a lot, I think. Why are you pro-Trump?
Donald Trump's the king, man.
The king.
The king. He's the king.
See, this is okay. I like this. I like this video because it does show the fucking, like, how the delusions work. Okay? You talk to a libbed up Democratic Party supporter, you talk to a libbed up DSA person, and they're both like engaging in different levels of copium on a direct issue, right? They are denying reality, okay? They're denying reality themselves, as we saw. But then you go up to a guy who's like a Trump supporter, and he's like, he's my goat. He's fucking the best. He loves me. He cares about me. He loves me. He cares about me. Elections stolen by Mexicans. He's going to kill them all. And I love that. Look, there is a difference. Yeah, it's like copium versus schizophrenia for sure.
Next monarch.
Do you actually want him to be the monarch?
Absolutely.
What, and then just have no democracy?
Trump's God.
God.
No,
you don't think
America,
that.
bro. America.
Right. You think so? Would you like him to just get rid of voting, or?
This is great.
Yeah, that's what he wants.
Yeah.
That's what the people want. Look around, man.
What? No more voting.
No more voting.
Oh, you're leaving?
America.
Bro. Democracy.
Are you not a fan?
Say your piece.
If they don't act in the people's interest, it doesn't matter.
So would you want him to be?
Yeah.
Go vote. Talk to your parents and, be happy.
Okay.
And spam your kick W's.
That's good. That was pretty good, man.
I have to leave right now.
Okay.
My Uber's here in 1 minute.
We're watching Real Americans right now.
What is this?
Talk about why we're watching a British man, lame, talking to real patriotic Americans at a Trump rally. And we're listening to what they have to say about why they love Donald Trump.
A dictator.
We were Democrats and the country's going to such shit, man.
So you've gone from Democrat to Trump being a dictator.
Look at Putler in Russia.
Is that what you want, Putin?
That was Putin.
Putler. They're saying he's Hitler, like Putin Hitler.
Oh, that's good.
Putler?
That's
Yeah.
Putin.
Putler.
You can call him Putler. It sounds more cute. Would you like him to be like Vladimir Putin?
Oh, absolutely. He acts in the people's interest.
I think Trump's a good guy. Obviously, he had his past and bad stuff, but
there's like a lot of sexual misdemeanors.
This is the first time I've seen like a normal looking Republican at one of these videos.
Is that kind of thing.
I agree, but I think personally, I think he's better for the whole country than Kamala. I truly believe that.
Like he's a human.
He's quite
like a human, not a politician that lies.
I don't think he lies quite a lot. Come on.
Absolutely not.
Oh, come on now.
These were my viewers on Rumble.
Oh my God, I know.
It was these guys.
Probably not these guys. Probably the first guy who was like, Trump is God. This person seems a little bit more normal.
I really wish you saw the ads that were on Rumble.
Oh, I see them all the time because I watch almost exclusively right-wing content. So it's like they have like Iraqi dinar, silver, ivermectin, Trump coin, shit like that.
Trump crypto.
But
now they have dog food.
That's awesome.
That's their big thing now. They're trying to sell dog food.
Yeah. Michael Pillow.
Don't know what that
Pillow.
is.
My Pillow.
What's that?
You've never seen that?
I thought you were gonna say something else. No, My Pillow. I don't know what that is.
That's another thing. They sell gold.
No, and I don't vote for a person. I vote for their policies
because I think he's the best president that has ever existed. He does the things that
he says he's going to. I think a lot of people turn his words around. He's not a racist. He's not a sexist.
No, the Muslim ban, which he first came up with it.
Who do you think's the best president ever?
In America, one of the best ones, probably FDR, and he did a fuck ton that was not great either.
Why was he the best?
New Deal. Like, everything that you take for granted in terms of, like, you've traveled outside of the United States of America.
Mhm.
When you, and I grew up in Turkey, so I know this from personal experience, like, there is an imbalance of like infrastructure. Whereas most places you go to in the United States of America, you got like decent access to roads, like decent infrastructure, like electricity. A lot of that is now going to shit in America, but like the like base level of infrastructure is solid in the United States of America. And I think that was part of the reason why America was so prosperous for a very long time. And all of that could be attributed to FDR and the New Deal. It was a complete revitalization of the United States of America. A massive jobs project, massive infrastructure spending. He was, he was profoundly successul.
Do you think you can name every president?
No, absolutely not. Also, Social Security.
But we're not getting that, right?
No, no. I mean, who knows? But yeah, I mean, it's not like going away if that's what you think.
I thought people say that our parents are like the last people that get Social Security.
No, that's it depends, but probably not. Like, I can't say that, Republicans don't do some fuck shit. I would rate that as kind of true, not like definitely true. Because people talk about like Social Security becoming potentially insolvent, but like they also do not factor in that the American government could just like dump money into it, print money for it specifically. And they also don't factor in the reality that we could increase the Social Security spending cap. Because right now, a person that makes $10 million a year and a person who makes $170,000 a year pay the same amount of money. It's just like tapped out at 170 grand. Once you get up to $170,000, the Social Security spending that you're giving is the exact same as someone who's making tens of millions of dollars a year. So we could actually immediately put in a lot more money into Social Security if we were to increase if we were to just abolish the cap.
I think that's a bad idea.
You're just trying to be a troll. But do you understand what I mean?
No, I get it. You could just print more money.
Overall, you can also just like print more money as well. So like the idea that Social Security is going to go insolvent is I think a silly thing that Republicans say, specifically because they do want to destroy Social Security.
I never knew.
Yeah. Any other questions?
No. I mean, I don't know anything, so I'm just confused on everything.
Yeah, I understand that. Many Americans are. That's why I'm here. That's why I do what I do. That and because I love terrorism.
And my Uber's here.
All right, bye, Miss Give. You will only get about 85% of it, but Bernie has the bill to fix it, but it did not pass.
Running the first time for president.
Oh, I guess I'm not that educated on it then.
Yes,
but okay, thank you.
It was amazing.
Amazing. What was so amazing?
Donald Trump himself. I love that man.
I don't think Social Security is a good thing. We have 401ks now, which have a much better rate of return. Social Security is really bad and not pro-choice. Shut the fuck up. We're no longer running top of the hour ad breaks. If you want to fucking debate me at the top of the hour, you should come up with a convincing thing for me to read that also ends with you urging people to subscribe to continue supporting this channel for $6 or for free with a Twitch Prime, or maybe even by getting gifted a sub. There are many emotes that you can use all around the platform. And also beyond that, you will, if I do decide to run ads in the future, you'll be able to avoid those ads in the future.
Someone I spoke to was a bit bored. They thought he was rambling a bit.
No, never.
No?
New tripods just came in to swap the main camera for a better mount. Oh, hell yeah, D-Machine. Let's go.
Okay, no, I just feel like he's going to make, for one, our economy very good again. Also, we need somebody that's going to be dominant to run our country.
Oh, so you think he's quite macho?
Yes.
President Trump is well spoken. It's a diverse group within the arena. He talks about things I think that all humans want. You know, they want love, they want peace, they want.
What, dude? Sometimes I listen to fucking Trump supporters and I'm like, what are you like? Are you going to a different rally? I've seen most of Trump's rallies. Okay. I feel like I've watched more Trump rallies than the average Trump supporter. And I have never heard him say any of those fucking things, dog. Like, where are you getting this? Are we watching the same rally? Evil Gavin Newsom? Okay, Gavin Newsom is evil Gavin Newsom.
You know, security
I gotta
for their
pee.
family. He wants to be
Benign
included.
Burger, thank you for the 20
and I
gift
think he wants to
subs.
end corruption.
I think he definitely can elaborate on his policies and everything like that. And I don't know, he's very eloquent when he speaks.
Eloquent?
Yes, very eloquent and knowledgeable. And he covered all the bases really for everything that I believe is a conservative. So
Okay. So what makes you a conservative? Define it.
basically keeping America America. So end the wars, end inflation, all that kind of stuff.
In terms of end the war, so Gaza at the moment being wiped off the face of the earth with American bombs, is he going to end that?
I think we're more focused on ending the war in Ukraine, becoming more allies with Russia, North Korea, and just unifying NATO.
So the US would become allies with Russia and North Korea?
I would say we maybe not necessarily allies because I know they're not part of NATO, but they would team up with them and we could have collaboration.
I never thought I'd hear an American conservative say they want to be an ally of North Korea run by the Stalinists.
Well, we don't want them as an enemy, I'll tell you that much.
Because he sort of supports the American people. He supports getting rid of illegals that don't belong here.
What? I mean,
they're ruining our country, getting our money. They're taking our Social Security. Our Social Security's running out because we're giving it to illegals. We're giving illegals $3,500 debit cards. It's got to come from somewhere.
Do you think
they're
the problem-
taking our Social Security and giving it to illegals as well. That's money that I'm depending on in 4 years.
Why? You know, you're younger, obviously younger Americans. A lot of
Thank God Mizgiv didn't hear that guy. He would have believed him. Maylin, thank you for the 10 community gift subs, by the way. Go back. There was a NATO voter.
Younger
End the wars.
Define it.
Bases really for everything that I believe
She said he's really eloquent, which I thought was
is a
crazy.
conservative. So
Okay. So what makes you a conservative? Define it.
basically keeping America America. So end the wars, end inflation, all that kind of stuff.
In terms of end the war, so Gaza at the moment being wiped off the face of the earth with American bombs, is he going to end that?
I think we're more focused on ending the war in Ukraine, becoming more allies with Russia, North Korea, and just unifying NATO.
So the US would become allies with Russia and North Korea?
I would
Ryan Ruth did not die for this horse shit. Dog, Ryan Ruth is not dead. He's just in prison. Unjustifiably, if I might add. They didn't kill him, man. He's alive. Dude, Donald Trump is going to unify NATO. I'm pro-NATO, and that's why I'm voting for Donald Trump. That's amazing. God, I love Americans so much. Fuck. What an incredible country this is, dude. You cannot, man, just endless fucking content. Just endless content, dude. What other country? Come on now. Just what an incredible tapestry. Bro, that Ryan Ruth line is going to get clipped? Wait, what do you mean? Clipped for what? Being correct? He is a law-abiding citizen that was exercising his Second Amendment rights. Maybe his first, too. Who knows? What do you mean? I'm on his defense team, brother. What are you talking about? I didn't realize it was illegal to be a fucking gun carrier in the state of Florida. What the fuck? Oh, I'm sorry. He was bird watching and he had his gun with him. Didn't realize that was illegal.
say we maybe not necessarily allies because I know they're not part of NATO, but they would team up with them and we could have collaboration.
I never thought I'd hear an American conservative say they want to be an ally of North Korea run by the Stalinists.
Well, we don't want them as an enemy, I'll tell you that much.
Because he starts...
Dude, the amount of play that North Korea gets for how limited their economy, their overall military power, like, it will never cease to amaze me. This fucking tiny hermit nation has done so much with so little in terms of like getting, like, Americans should not know what North Korea is, okay? It should be like Moldova, okay? Which, by the way, shouts out to Moldova Mama Liga. You probably need to go back to Moldova and fix it right now. It seems like there's an election coming up where you got a pro Pooty Poo guy running against the pro EU guy. But like, it should be like Moldova. Like, no one should know what North Korea is, right? I'm sorry. They just have no fucking smoke. They have no bitches. They got no smoke. They got no motion. Okay. And yet every American's like, they're the greatest enemy of all time. Okay. They're the greatest enemy of all time. It's like, that's crazy. Like the entire country has the economic power of like the poorest district in Alabama. And Americans are constantly thinking about North Korea so much more than, you know, what their actual, like what amount of like actual military prowess they've demonstrated. It's crazy. They got aura though. They got no bitches. That's out of pocket. Okay, fair. It's incredible, dude. Ask an average American what Moldova is. They'll be like, I don't fucking know. What is that? Like the capital of Russia? Like, ask them about North Korea. They're like, it's the greatest enemy of all time. We got to deal with them. It's crazy. They get so much play. They get so much fucking play for how little motion they actually have. We need your Tim Pool clip. Who do you think the real greatest enemy of America is? Ukraine is the greatest enemy of mankind.
Supports the American people. He supports getting rid of illegals that don't belong here.
What? I mean,
they're ruining our country, getting our money. They're taking our Social Security. Our Social Security is running out because we're giving it to illegals. We're giving illegals $3,500 debit cards. It's got to come from you're taking our Social Security and giving it to illegals as well. That's money that I'm depending on in 4 years.
Why? You know, you're younger, obviously younger Americans. A lot of younger Americans they're going to vote Democrat. Why do you think you're kind of different from the younger Americans?
I think it's part to do that I didn't go to college. I'm not getting brainwashed by the institution.
Oh my God, bro. What are we doing? Bro, open up the schools, open up the trade schools, make college free, please. Like, send his ass to a place where he can make a meaningful living. Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. We are done. We are straight up destroying the next generation. We are destroying the next generation. America's for-profit attitude, America's constant profit-seeking means and mechanisms have absolutely destroyed our fucking future. Holy shit. Former sub here, find it interesting you support Kamala Harris over Trump when Trump has done infinitely more unionizing efforts. Add? What?
Look, I mean, stuff like, for example, when he says about immigrants eating pets. Yeah. They're not eating pets, though, are they?
No, actually, some of them were actually. If you go to Haiti practices voodoo, and they actually do use pets in certain sacrifices and certain ceremonies.
It's just there's no evidence in the United States immigrants are eating pets.
That's actually not true. There is.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think there is.
I mean, there's police report. I mean, you can hear the actual call saying, hey, there's people who grabbed the geese right from the
geese on pets, come on.
Oh, well, pets, that's true. It was using animals, not pets.
The last thing I want to ask you, because I know it's cold, you want to go home.
Also, that was fake too. This is a Marianne voter. That's why he was talking about love. He's like, I'm voting for Trump because he loves crystals. He's going to legalize crystals. Crystal meth, that is.
It's about Israel and Gaza at the moment, because a lot of people think, come on, supporting this, you know, the hideous onslaught against the people of Gaza, that has to end. What do you think about that?
I think it's very simple. If you don't understand the full problem,
yeah. Can you believe these people are eating animals? Man, it's really fucked up.
It goes back hundreds of years, thousands really. But if you don't understand, you can understand this one piece. If all the Jews put their weapons down right now and said, all right, that's it, I'm getting rid of my guns, you'd have millions of dead Jews. If all the people in Palestine and all of them put their weapons down, you'd have peace.
Well, in the West Bank, Fatah, the ruling faction, did do that. They said, that's it, we accept peace. And then Israel just carried on colonizing the West Bank and killing large numbers of Palestinians.
If you go back to the fact that there was peace, up until they decided to come in, kidnap children.
But that's not true. 240 Palestinians were killed in the West Bank before 7th of October.
We gotta go. Oh,
our
Uber's here.
All right, I apologize. Take care. See you in a bit.
Israel is a strong nation in and of itself, and I personally believe, you know, they've been a persecuted people for thousands of years. They have a right to defend themselves.
Bro, I swear to God, these people don't give a fuck about anti-Semitism. These are the people that literally fucking are the groypers, okay? But holy shit, the moment that Israel comes into question, they become like SPLC, ADL fucking understanders. They're like, well, there's a lot of dog whistles out there, okay? I should know. I've been using them in my online forums. Like, they literally only care about anti-Semitism if they can cynically use it to defend Israel. It's so insane. It is so insane. You are all utterly detached from reality. You make people in Britain seem engaged with the world. Oh my God. Oh my God. You're right. This guy just fucking destroyed us in America. Oh no. Oh no. It's not wrong. Oh my God. The country that did Brexit. Okay, but it's content. Also, you guys literally follow our lines. So yeah, have fun with the Reform Party, bitch. You know? Not here in Liverpool. It's like England is literally following America's notes. Oh, it's so bad. Everything is so bad. Holy shit. The new Labour Party is so ass. Also, England created Israel, so you're responsible for that. That was a Glaswegian accent. Liverpool? Liverpool. I'm not a Tory. I'm a Scouser lad. I'm not a Tory. I'm from Liverpool. Come on. You got to give that to me. That was pretty good. That was not Glaswegian. Was that bad? Is it bad? I feel like it's not that bad.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. Jewish people have been persecuted for so long and deserve security. The Palestinian people also deserve security, surely.
I mean, I do believe that they have a right to also be a nation, but they've been back and forth with the, you know.
That's pretty cool that his position is identical to Kamala Harris. He's like, I'm in favor of a two-state solution and I'm working tirelessly around the clock to achieve it, okay? Just like Kamala Harris and Joe Biden are. You didn't even do a real accent. That was like some Game of Thrones voice. That's quite literally what the Scouser accent sounds like.
Oh, like Israel for a while now. I mean, they haven't been able to coexist with them.
Well, it's just because they were kicked out of their land. So they did. I mean, if you were kicked out of your land, you probably wouldn't be very happy about it.
Like age range, there's a lot of Republicans like this out there. And as far as I have seen so far, by the way, even including, but not limited to Jewish campaign staffers like the one guy from the Ron DeSantis campaign, they are all Nazis. Okay? Remember the guy that got fired from the Ron DeSantis campaign for doing Nazi meme edits to Ron DeSantis's like campaign material? That guy was Jewish. Every single Republican staffer under the age of like 25 is just straight up a groiper. Straight up. Isn't that crazy? Like, how do you become a Jewish groiper, dude? I mean, I guess someone should ask Benjamin Netanyahu's son, Yair Netanyahu, because he also is a Jewish groiper. But it's like weird. It's so weird. Names one guy must mean they all are. No, I'm saying that, yes, every single person who is a Republican staffer under the age of 25 is like unimaginably groiped up. Yes, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely.
I mean, if you want
I'm
to
just
talk
giving
about,
you one very prominent example of it.
like back in,
They're all in fucking group chats with JD Vance. What does that word mean? Groipers are, oh God. If you don't know what it is, it's probably better that you don't know, but it's like an extremely online way of referring to dudes who spend all their fucking time in 4chan poll, which is a Nazi infested online forum where you can have some semblance of anonymity. And well, I guess now you don't really need to be on 4chan poll. I think you could just be on Twitter pretty openly, or inside of Destiny's community pretty openly. But yeah, that's what we call groipers, named after like a specific type of like Pepe the Frog. Yeah, this is it. Groipers, sometimes called the Groiper Army, are a group of alt-right and white supremacist activists, provocateurs, and internet trolls. They have attempted to introduce alt-right politics into mainstream conservatism in the United States, participated in the January 6th United States Capitol attack and protests leading up to it, and hold extremist views. Yes, they do call themselves Groipers. Divorcelli will take you out to get chicken and waffles if you're one of them. Yeah. If you're the top dog, if you're the number one Groiper. I wish I could unlearn this. Well, now you did. Now you learned it.
in the 1980s, 1990s, when they were doing the bus bombings, going into Israel.
Well, I mean,
Why come no SNL? Afraid your commie fans won't laugh at Kamala joke? Just curious. Also, Chappelle did great. Loved her country song. Didn't think there was gay phobic about it. But I guess just more proof lefties are too sensitive. I like that. Didn't Divorcelli take credit for revitalizing Fuentes? I mean, I don't know if he still takes credit for it, but he definitely did do that. He brought him on the fucking podcast circuit and shit as his friend, as his little Nazi friend. I like that there are chatters right now demanding SNL. What has happened to this fucking community? Yeah, he banned his community members for calling Fuentes a Nazi, directly argued against them for being like, no, that's a Nazi, man. That's like an actual neo-Nazi. And he was like, I wouldn't call him a Nazi.
I mean, we could say, 15,000 Palestinians were killed in 1948, and then were repeatedly killed in other huge military onslaughts and attacks by Israel.
Right. I'm not really sure how to respond to that.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't justify ever terrorism or attacks on civilians, but the vast majority of civilians have been killed by the Israeli state.
I mean, I'm not sure how to respond to that. I know, Netanyahu probably hasn't. I need to get back, man.
That's what I do. Yes, that's right, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Cheers.
This is Trump.
He ran out of dialogue options.
Trump and Vance I painted on single grains of rice.
So you have?
Yes.
Wow. How long did that take you? That's
4 hours. Vance and 4 or 5 hours for Trump.
If he loses, do you think he'll accept it? Because last time he didn't.
Truthfully, I think any American election, in terms of absentee ballots, are probably not the greatest degree of truth. I think if he does lose, he might not accept it, which I think is not correct.
Someone said, bro is micro dick riding. That's awesome.
If he loses, do you think he's going to accept the result?
It's a seriously loaded question.
Not really. He might lose.
Lose according to who?
The votes cast.
The votes are not a person.
I'm tired of all these fucking illegal immigrants taking our fucking jobs.
See, Kamala Harris and the Democrats are bringing...
Like, that guy sounds so insane. That's like me LARPing as a conservative. Oh, they're tired of all these fucking illegal immigrants taking our jobs. That's crazy. They've just become the meme.
And all these illegal aliens in to vote for them.
Is that true? Because, I mean, if you're an undocumented migrant, you don't have the right to vote.
Yeah, but how come they're suing the states to keep them on the voting rolls?
Where they come from, do it legally. Do it legally. Okay. You become a criminal the second you cross the border illegally. You are now a criminal. You broke the law. You should not be allowed to do that. Why do we have laws if nobody's going to follow them?
I mean...
Wow. A real law and order candidate. Wonder who she's voting for.
We're going to go down that path. I mean, you're voting for Donald Trump, who's a lawbreaker. He's convicted for breaking the law.
Yeah, but go look back at the results of some of that stuff and refresh yourself on it before you just go, well, he's a convicted felon.
I'm just saying, he was found to have broken the law.
It's such a bait and hook kind of situation, though. I don't care that it's Donald Trump. I want his policies and the people he's bringing in.
I know. It's just you specifically were saying undocumented migrants had broken.
I said illegal immigrants, not undocumented.
I know, but you said they broke the law.
Because they did.
Okay, and you're saying that for you is clearly the big problem. So I just said that Donald Trump's done the same thing. By that definition.
Has Donald Trump come in and killed people or stolen things or been part of a Venezuelan gang and gone into all these apartments? It doesn't matter about the vast majority.
Wait, what? Yeah, no. First of all, Donald Trump has broken the law, yes, many times over. And secondly, including but not limited to rape, at least in a civil court, he was found guilty of doing that. But also, I mean, Donald Trump is actively in a court case for causing an insurrection, trying to steal the election, change the outcomes of the election. Donald Trump is a convicted felon. He has killed plenty of people as the American president. That much I don't think they give a shit about. Meanwhile, the people that she's talking about, the overwhelming majority of them have done none of the things that she is attributing to them in terms of the crimes that they've committed.
Majority. One is too many. One is too many.
Isn't that mostly Americans killing other Americans with guns? Because of your gun laws.
But how many people die in car accidents every year? Should we ban cars?
How's the election going?
Election's going fantastic. We're actually up in all 7 swing states. It's going to be a fantastic landslide, let me tell you.
I believe we're at the early stages of World War III. So yeah, I mean, I think it's the most pressing issue.
We need to stop that, though, don't we?
Nuclear superpowers who aren't communicating with each other, as they once did, you know, on diplomacy. You know, I mean, you got clowns like Anthony Blinken and Jake Sullivan, the deep state, you know, running the country. The whole CIA endorses Kamala Harris. Hope is, you know, to get away from the deep state, you know, and the industrial military complex.
I got 3 kids. You know, I'm a family man, and I want my kids to be able to play in their own sports and not have men go against my daughter. And
As a Shake Sharp, who shit my pants?
It's trans people.
Yeah, well,
You don't like trans people?
Well, everyone can do what they want, but don't push it on my kid.
Dude, look, see? Telling you, even the most aggressive transphobe is like, you know, I don't really hate trans people. Telling you, man. Telling you, these fucking Republicans are dumb as shit for constantly running trans panic shit. They're just like, I don't care. If they want to do trans stuff, it's fine. I just don't like it being pushed on my children.
Kids, you know.
Do you think they really are? I mean, a lot of younger people have trans friends.
Not where I live.
No?
No, not where I live.
Some people are just born. I mean, surely we just accept people based on who they are. And young trans people, they're bullied, they're victimised, their lives can be hard, but then there are other young people who stand by them.
I don't think my kids would stand by that because they know who they are. They know how they were born. They know that there's 2 genders.
So what if your children became friends with a young trans person, what would you say to them?
It'd be a hard pill to swallow, but I can't let my kids hate somebody for being who they want to be.
Dude, HasanAbi vindicated, HasanAbi vindicated, HasanAbi vindicated, HasanAbi vindicated, HasanAbi vindicated, HasanAbi vindicated. I'm telling you, these are the most transphobic people in the country, okay? And even then, they are so at odds with Matt Walsh, okay? Backhanded trans ally? No, dude, that is like the most average transphobic position. What you see online is at odds with what is happening in reality. I will always repeat that, okay? What you see online is not the same at what is happening in reality. There is a way to figure some of this stuff out. And that way is by looking at polling on the matter. I would go so far as say England is probably more overtly transphobic than the United States of America is.
Yeah. But at the same token, I don't think it's morally right.
Do you think Donald Trump lives a Christian lifestyle? I mean, look at his history of sexual misconduct. He's not screaming Christianity to me.
Well, it's funny because
Russia apologist, womp womp. Me? This is not the most transphobic type of guy. No. Of course, Matt Walsh exists. I'm saying that in terms of like normal people and the way they fucking talk about trans people, it is not a mover and a shaker. Okay, they're like, there's only 2 genders, don't you know? But also, they're like, I don't really care about what trans people do. This is the average transphobic person. It is directly at odds with the way that the Republican Party communicates on this issue. All right, transphobes in real life do not base their life off of that. Exactly. Bro will catch the fucking bait every day and ignore actual questions. What is the actual question? Read my message, jerk. HasanAbi must be confused. Trump ain't no felon. Nah, he didn't do that shit. He's been exonerated. So I got this weird idea in my head. Is it Israel only wanting Jews in Israel the same way certain individuals only wanted people with blonde and blue-eyed people in his country? What? Are you asking if Zionism is fascistic in the same way that Nazism is? The answer is yes. But Trump is also a convicted felon. I don't know why you're saying he's not.
Politicians want to scream that, so on and so forth, and every single one of them has done crazy things. I mean, look at Kamala, her way up there, you know, when you look in California, how she got her foot in the door.
But we're talking about really serious sexual misconduct and the way he talks about women. I mean, do you think Jesus Christ would approve of that?
Well, you know, we all look for forgiveness. I mean, that's what the good Lord has preached, you know. people have made mistakes. A lot of people do. Not everyone's perfect.
Do you think he sought redemption, forgiveness?
Yeah, most definitely. I think so.
I've never heard him apologize for that stuff.
Well, his actions speak louder than words, though. I mean, he's what he's doing for the next generations, for the future of America.
How does that make up for sexual misconduct?
Why is the Brit dressed like he's going hiking? He's in Hogland, man. You never know.
I don't see, this has all been lies made up by the media, though, the sexual misconduct. They've all been divorced. They've all been married.
So you don't believe the women who come forward to talk about their experiences?
No, I don't believe any of it.
Right.
Because people only do that when they feel it's time to attack someone, when they want to run for political
But what he said,
office.
for example, grab women by the pussy.
Well, that's locker room talk. You've never talked that kind of nonsense to your friends,
No.
whatever? Well, sorry. I mean,
But it's, as a
I'm a man, so, you know.
He's like, sorry, you haven't lived. It's so much more fun when you talk like that.
Oh, yeah.
But you said you're a Christian, and you talked about how God disapproves of trans people, and then you're saying it's locker room talk about grabbing women by their genitalia.
But he didn't actually do it, though. It's just talk.
Well,
you know.
He's accused of doing that.
Well, there's people that have been accused of all kinds of things.
I know, but he said it on camera. He said it on a recording. That's what he did.
Yeah, a locker room recording behind his back when he's talking to the guys. Yes.
All right.
You know, people say stuff that they don't necessarily mean, and then gets taken out of context many times. You know, and it's a crazy world we live in. Everyone's looking to attack somebody for some reason. I don't know why.
Just lastly, is this very Christian either? I mean, just kind of.
Not at all. Not at all.
Oh, it's just you talked about. Okay, so it seems a bit like Christianity for when it's not accepting trans people, but that's it.
I didn't purchase the shirt. Right. I got it from my sister-in-law. Great.
Oh, so then it's fine. If your sister-in-law got you a pentagram on a fucking t-shirt, would you wear it? Is the question I would ask him to just see.
Great purchase. He's been known to crap his pants.
Blimey, I didn't even know where to go with that. Do you think Donald Trump, in terms of Christianity, given his history, I mean, does he scream Christian, devout person?
I mean, not to me, but that's not personally the reason why I'm voting for him. I'm voting for him because of his foreign policy and because of just the way the economy has been with him. You know, I'm going into sales, car sales specifically, and he's gonna fix the automotive industry, I believe.
Is Kamala Harris a communist?
Yes.
What makes her a communist?
She seems to enjoy being a chameleon. The way to get to communism is...
Damn, brother, you folded so quick. Brother is paper, dude. Folded like a napkin. God damn. It's like, what makes her a communist? She's a chameleon. What the fuck? Dude, at least learn a couple talking points, man. God damn. The third Kelsey, brother. Don't you dare disrespect the Kelseys like that.
Socialism.
Okay.
And she's a huge advocate for socialism and to the point of communism, but she never comes out fully to say she's for communism. But
I like that he's just came out with it and then is just like, he's like fantasizing about a totally separate reality. Like, yeah, she's always talking about how she's pro-socialism, but actually the reality is she's pro-communism. She's just too afraid to admit it. Let's just make up more shit. Fuck it. YOLO. Yeah.
But her
What is socialism?
Socialism? It's basically where the rich get richer and the poor get poorer.
That is not what I was expecting. I mean, people would say that's capitalism. Under capitalism, you've got the rich. They make money from working people and they struggle as a result. Isn't that's capitalism?
No. Nope. It's a free market. A free market is capitalism.
And socialism's the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer.
Yep, because of dictator.
Bro, I'm open the schools. Except this is what they teach in the schools too. So honestly, close the schools. Close it. I'm back to child left behind. I'm back to believing that we need to close the schools, actually. Never mind. We were wrong to open them because this is what they're teaching the children. At what point does this become ableism? We are way past that point, brother. Okay.
Leaderships because of the government control. It's a large government, basically.
Whew. Well, that was quite the experience. What I would say is this is the American manifestation of a phenomenon sweeping the Western world and beyond, and it is a far-right authoritarian movement which draws on different wells of support. Some from the disenchanted, some who are just the racists and paranoid and all the rest of it, but they could win.
You laugh, but this man can tell you the best tasting 3 crayon combo. True.
And they're a different movement than last time. They're more extreme, they're more angry, and more vengeful. How that plays out if they win or if they lose, that's what we're going to find out. But I would say, and this is the danger, they're more enthusiastic about their candidate than on the Democratic side. And Kamala Harris could still win, but that still has implications for what happens next. Now, we've gone to this great state of Wisconsin. Next, Michigan, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, states which help determine the result of.
Are you worried about election day results and the potential violence? Yes. June DMR poll has Trump plus 18 versus Biden in Iowa. Steve Kornacki. July 29th, Iowa's 6-week abortion ban goes into effect with intense controversy and news coverage. September 22nd, DMR shows 59 to 37% opposition to the new abortion law, 69% among women. Also shows Trump lead over Harris at just 47-43. All false saturation ad spending and campaigning on abortion by Dem candidates in the state's 2 toss-up House races. Now, final DMR poll is massive gender gap, pushing Harris into 47-44 lead. Raises question on how much of what the DMR poll finds is state-specific versus also playing out in Wisconsin and elsewhere. I think in states where abortion is a top priority,